guys provide negative patches or something?
They can do that. So what we've got here is we've got a healthcare professional, so basically a nurse at custody. If you're, for instance, you need nicotine, then I think they've got those.
That was footage of a woman being arrested for killing a man only 6 months after she live-streamed herself killing a cat. Please be sure to watch the rest of the video to find out what happened in this truly shocking case. A trans woman who led a man to his death and live-streamed the killing of a cat months before has been jailed for a minimum term of 24 years. Scarlet Blake, aged 26, hit George Martin before pushing him into the River Cherwell in Oxford, July 2021. The judge said a Netflix show about killing cats played a part in Blake's plan, and she was found guilty of murder at Oxford Crown Court last Friday. The Ministry of Justice said Blake, despite being transgender, will serve the sentence in a men's prison. Jurors were told how Blake, formerly known as Alice Wang, had an extreme interest in death and harm that went beyond mere fantasy. Prosecutor Alice Morgan KC said Blake found sexual gratification from the thought of violence as well as the thought of death. The victim, a Spanish national working at the mini plant in the city, had been on a night out drinking with colleagues after the COVID restrictions had recently been lifted. The 30-year-old later became separated from his friends and possibly became lost before having the great misfortune of bumping into Scarlet Blake. The court then heard that she led him into a secluded riverbank, hit him over the head with a vodka bottle, attempted to strangle him, and then pushed him into the water, where he subsequently drowned. I'll now proceed to play you some CCTV footage that shows the lead up to the murder.
It was the first night after lockdown restrictions had been lifted. Jorge, a Spanish national, had been out with friends, but became separated from them and ended up sitting alone in the city centre. Unfortunately, Blake had gone out looking for someone to attack. It was premeditated and planned. At 4 a.m, Blake and Jorge were seen in this CCTV footage before they walked away together. But Jorge never made it home. The court heard how Blake took advantage of Jorge's vulnerability, taking him to a secluded spot by the river, hitting his head with a vodka bottle, strangling Jorge, before pushing him into the river where he drowned.
Scarlet Blake went on to tell the court about her online relationship that she had with Ashlyn Bell, another trans woman in the US. She said killing the cat was something she didn't want to do, and she claimed that she only killed the pet to please Miss Bell and only pretended to enjoy it. But the court heard how she dissected it and put it into a blender, taking grotesque pleasure in doing so. The victim, Mr. Carerno, had 2 brothers present at court, and they read a statement to the court saying that the extent of their grief was impossible to express. They went on to add, "We were triplets, born together, grew up together. We were best friends. George lit up any place. He was always spreading joy, and he was above all a good person," they said. Senior Investigating Officer, Detective Superintendent John Capps, previously said that there had been aspects of the case that had been truly disturbing, and jurors would be offered support due to the nature of the evidence. Passing sentence, the judge said, "I'm sure you did derive pleasure from killing George, as you had from killing the cat." He also went on to add that there was a clear sexual motivation for both of the killings. Scarlet Blake of Crotch Crescent, Oxford, was jailed for a minimum term of 24 years for the murders. I'd like to take this time out to offer my condolences to George's family. It was a very tragic case, and all I can say is I sincerely hope something like this never ever happens again. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment and subscribe, as it really helps the growth of the channel.